Come on in. I'm so happy to see that this room is full. I kind of was expecting like half of the seats to be filled, so I'm really happy about this. But now I'm a little nervous. So as you guys know, we've been talking about Salesforce for some time now, and for some of you, you might have seen some demos in the past of what you could expect to see. And what I'm delivering to you today is way, way different than what you originally saw. Can y'all hear me back there? Can you help me out? Hold, please. We tested this ahead of time. So anyways, what I'm delivering to you guys is a little bit different than the original solution that I showed you if you were at the leadership conference a year ago, I'm not even sure when that was. It is much more user-friendly, it is far more attractive, and there's not as many buttons. So what I want to do first is I want to go over what a Salesforce community is, because that's exactly what we're working in, is a Salesforce community, whereas in the past I showed you classic Salesforce. This is something that was custom built just for you by this awesome guy right here. He played a huge part in this, so he is here to support in technical questions that you might have about it, and he's also here to help me set up licenses, because we are doing that on site this weekend. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get everybody set up by the end of the weekend. If not, it will probably take just a couple days into the week, but everybody will receive an email with a login to the community by Wednesday maybe. I'll say Wednesday is a safe thing to say. So, to get started, our agenda today is going to include what a Salesforce community is, how it will benefit you, and one of the big things, you're not going to know what a case is right now, but I want to tell you a little bit about what a case is. I want to tell you the access levels, because there are 3, and then we're going to go into a live demo and a Q&A after that, okay? So first, I'm going to get kind of technical on you. A Salesforce community is a secure multi-tenant infrastructure. I know you guys are keeping up, right? That enables transparency. That's the #1 word here. I'm going to use it 75 times, if not more, in this session. Transparency between employees and stakeholders through case resolution, group chatter, file sharing, and task delegation. So in other words, it's a platform that's socially driven, that is just for you, that is going to help, again, with transparency between our customer service team at the NOC and you guys. So how will it benefit you? Well, first, limited emails. Of course, this is going to take some time. I'm not expecting that Monday morning you're never going to receive another email from us, okay? We want to make it a smooth transition for you. So we're still going to send you emails of all the things that you currently receive emails for up until probably January 1. And then January 1, we're strictly in Salesforce. But you're going to love it, because who doesn't have a really clogged email inbox right now? Everybody? Who has 17 clogged email inboxes? Yeah, I do. So what we're going to really touch on today, actually what Vaughn is really going to touch on today, is the thing that you're going to love the most, and that's cases. So right now you guys are submitting, say, pricing errors, or I can't even think, shipping errors, things of that nature, through email, or you're calling your customer service rep, and you don't know what happens after you send that email, right? So I want to make sure that you know what's happening all the time with the things that you have issues with. Even if it's something positive, we want it to come through cases. I mean, not everything's bad, right? Also, all right, I knew that would get some laughter. Another thing, so we want you to be able to access files really easily, and that is anything you can think of. Who currently uses the business portal in here? Who wishes they didn't have to? I didn't see any hands go down, so we are not going to get rid of the business portal right now. I don't know if we will in the future, but this is probably where you're going to go instead of the business portal, okay? Again, limited emails, and open collaboration. So we have something called chatter groups in here. And chatter groups are very much like Facebook, except unlike Facebook, right now, if you lose an employee, they can still have access to those Facebook groups. As soon as you tell us that an employee's gone, they no longer have access to this. So none of your information is getting outside. This is an incredibly secure community. You can't even export information out of it. Well, you can download files, of course, but everything else, it stays inside the community. We want to make sure that your information is safe, and we want to make sure that you don't have any issues, okay, with that kind of stuff. So what is a case? I kind of already touched on it a little bit, but a case provides complete transparency. Who's keeping count? Can we tally this? By allowing you guys to submit your issues directly into Salesforce and giving you the full visibility the whole time. So the life stages include you entering the case, and then you're going to have the customer service personnel review it. If it needs to go to credit, it will queue over to the credit team. They will find resolution, and you'll be notified of the resolution and the case closure via email. That's one thing that won't go away, because we want you to know that we've solved your issue and what the outcome is. The access level. So there are 3 access levels for this. The owner level account, which is just that, is the owner level. You'll be able to view everything within the community for all of your stores that are under your umbrella. The manager level account, they can still view everything in the community, except they can't do things for stores that you tell them that they can't do it for, or you tell me they can't do it for. So if you have 10 stores and you only want them to see 4 of those stores, I will make sure that they can only see those 4 stores. The store employee and the DSC level account, they will be able to view pretty much anything other than cases. We don't want your store employee to enter in the cases. They will be able, really anything, no account information, which we don't put a whole lot of account information in here anyways. It's like, this is your store, and this is the email. It's not a lot. And then also they won't be able to submit surveys. So everything but those 3 items. And when I say surveys, this is gonna kind of confuse you a little bit, but I wanna put it out here up front immediately. A survey is not a way that you're ordering something. A survey here is feedback, is strictly feedback. We're working on something where we can start adding promotional purchasing through here, so you'll be able to submit your orders directly through here, but that's a phase 2 enhancement. So a survey, when I say survey today, that means literally it's a survey. We want your feedback on things. But again, the promotional ordering is coming. The store level account will be able to access all of the files. They'll still be able to see all of the promotions that we have running, and they'll still be able to access chatter. So they'll see what sales are going on. Nobody can purchase through this right now. So just keep that in mind, okay? And now we're gonna go into the demo, and I'm really sorry I have to sit down because they didn't have a high table for me, so I apologize. I'll stand up intermittently, okay? So when you first receive your email to log into this is what you're gonna see. You need to have an email and a password to get into here. I wonder why. Yeah, this is what you see. Isn't it lovely? Hang on. Thanks for telling me. Well, this is lovely. Now I can't see it. So here we go. Should have tested this, right? All right, so this is the main login screen for the community. It's not very pretty, but once you log in for the first time, again, you'll receive an email that has a temporary password for you. You'll click the link, it'll take you straight here. It'll prompt you to change your password the first login, so make sure you're keeping note of that, okay? You might receive this. I hope not. Is it demo ACCT? I'm just trying to get the excitement flowing, you know. I want the anticipation to be through the roof. Okay. You know what? Actually, this doesn't even matter. What I was going to show you is that there are terms and conditions in the very first login page. Please accept those terms and conditions, because if you don't, the way that the community is designed is it will kick you out. So you want to make sure that you accept the terms and conditions the very first login, or you won't be able to get in. And trust me, you want to be in, okay? So I'm already up over here. I think I need to change the side because I'm turning like this. Can y'all hear me? No, you can't. All right, is that better? Yep. All right, so after you accept the terms and conditions in here, this is the screen that it's going to take you to. Again, it didn't show it. Sorry. This is the screen it's going to take you to. As you can see, there are 6 simple tiles here. These are the tiles that you're going to use the most often when you're in the community. So the first thing I want to go over with you guys is the promo section. So promos are literally just promos. We are going to put incentives in here. We're going to put brand offers. Right now, the only 2 literal promos that we have running are the Rebond incentive and the Conair B-List Pro sample offer. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, when you go in here, you're going to see all the stuff that you would see in an email, including the Rebond tracking form. And obviously we just copy and pasted this email, but it's got all of the instructions that your email currently has, right? And it also has a valid date. So you know that this is only valid through 8/31, and after 8/31 at midnight Central Standard Time, it's not gonna be there anymore. And we also have a live chatter feed that's on here. So you guys can post about it, ask questions about this, open collaboration. This is not the exciting part of this, by the way. We're getting there. I'm really excited about the files section. So right now, you are receiving emails. We're posting stuff in the Facebook groups. We are also putting it in the business portal, and things just get lost in translation when we're doing it that way. So we wanted to make sure that you had an easy way to receive all the files and not lose them. So I love this section so much because you can sort by just a brand or just the type of content or both. So for example, I want to see everything related to Alterna. I'm sure there's not a lot in here. Oh, there is a lot. Okay. I want to see product knowledge that's for Alterna. It's only going to show me Alterna product knowledge. You can also choose to type in just a single word, and it will pull up everything that has that one word in it. It even reads the body of it. Oh, and I also want to mention really quickly, our internet is kind of spotty because I'm using a MiFi, so basically it's cell phone service, so if it takes a little longer, that's why. So here you are. All I did was type in the word sexy. It pulled up everything that had the word sexy in there. I want to go back over to this file section, and I want to show you the training videos section. So with these files, you cannot preview them before you select them. Unfortunately, it automatically starts downloading. That is something we're working on. But we're making sure that we are keeping the most up-to-date content on here. So if there is a new version of this information, we're removing the old and replacing it. So you're always going to have the most up-to-date information. And we will also make sure that if it's something that, say the huddles, we're probably not going to remove every single huddle and replace it because sometimes people like to look back on that stuff. So we are putting the dates on the ends of them so you know when it was posted. Training videos is pretty cool. This information cannot be exported out of here though. It will live in here, it's not going anywhere. So the very first one is me talking over a video of this, basically what you see. Sorry, it's probably the internet. But it lives there, and there's a lot of brand videos on there that we are uploading as we're receiving it for training purposes. Again, with the surveys. So the one that I have here right now is a community feedback survey. Once you're in here and you're using it, I want you to give me your feedback on it. I want you to let me know what's working, what's not working, improvements that you suggest. I want to take what you think about it and make it be what you want it to be, okay? So please make sure that you're doing that, but after you've been working in it for a couple of weeks at least. Oh, but I did want to show you this cool feature. So I want to take this survey. It's taking me straight to the survey right now because I only have one account under this demo account, but say you had 5 accounts. It will only let you take the survey once per account. So if you can't take it, if you click it and it says you've already done this, you've already done it. You don't need to do it again. I know, I tend to forget things, so that's kind of helpful. We're going to go over cases last because that's the big boy. I also wanted to share with you guys the calendar. So what we've done is PPD currently puts all of their education into Salesforce, and we are able, since we share the same Salesforce, to move all of the confirmed education events that are happening for PPD into this global calendar. So you'll be able to see all of the events listed in here that are specific to you. I'm able to see more because, well, actually, Michael, am I correct on that? Will they be able to see only their education, or is it?
They would be able to see their specific.
Yes. All right, so I'm right. You'll be able to see only your education, so you'll know what is for sure confirmed with PPD. I don't know if you guys have any issues with confirmed stuff through PPD, but it will only flow education that is 100% happening. That means the educator has accepted it, the budgets are confirmed, everything's good to go. It will all live here. But another thing that you can do is you can add events for yourself. So if you have any issues keeping up with things that are happening in your store, which I have to put everything on my calendar personally, I don't remember anything. But if you like doing that, you can put anything that's happening in your store. And what's better is if you guys start doing this, you know how currently I'm emailing you every month and I'm saying, hey, can I get your education for the magazine? You don't have to do that anymore. I'll just pull it off of here. I'll just go straight to this. I'll see who the brand is, the classes, the date, the time, all of that shebang. I won't bother you. And as you guys know, I currently am in this digital role, and somebody soon will be taking over the education piece. Another thing that we're going to start doing that I'm going to incorporate as soon as I start training this new person is they're not only putting education on the website and in the magazine, but we're also going to create events on Facebook. So I want your education. Do I see a hand back there? No? Oh, you're just stretching? Sorry. I want your education to really be advertised. So if you even wanted to put other details like the ticket price is $40, I'm going to use whatever you give me, okay? And we're going to advertise it as many ways as possible. Please know that that's probably going to take about 2 or 3 months because we've got a training period, but that is the plan. Are you raising your hand? Okay. I can't. That's a really good question. Not right now. There isn't right now, but I don't think it'll be that way forever. We'll see. If once it goes on Facebook, if there's a way that they can click the link and purchase a ticket online. No, I'm going to direct them to come to see you at your store or your DSC to purchase tickets. Yes, ma'am? Yeah, I can do that. If I'm not 100% sure if that's possible through Facebook, but if it is, I can do that, yeah, for sure. All right. So I want to just show you guys what this kind of looks like. So you can name your event. You can choose what calendar to put it on. You can choose the manufacturer. This is a drop down. The start date, time, phone number, all the details that we need to make sure that we are directing people to you. I encourage you guys to start using this. Yes, ma'am? There's actually one for multi. Yep, thought of that. All right, so collaborate. This is my favorite because we get to talk to each other. I don't like talking at all. There's no items because I didn't add myself into the group. Can you do that for me really quickly? We'll come back to collaborate. We just set this account up like right before you guys came in here. Sorry about that. All right, so over here, I'm just going to go ahead and go over what these tiles are. A lot of these are duplicates of what's on the main menu. The dashboard piece, though, you're probably going to have a lot of questions about this, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you. We're not really using the dashboard for anything at the moment. It's a bunch of graphs, but eventually we're going to use them to help you track sales and such. So this is basically a placeholder. Disregard this for now. We'll go over dashboard once that actually gets built up. Accounts, again, it will just show you a list of all the accounts that are underneath you, and you can click in here and it will basically just give you very basic information.
We didn't fill this out.
Yeah, and this is blank because we didn't do anything with it, but for you it will show all of this information. Again, cases, we'll come back to that. Tasks, I love this one. The reason why I love this one is because you can tell people in your store to do stuff and you know it's done when they complete the task in here. Which is why I'm giving you a store level access for each of your locations so your employees can have access to Salesforce on one computer. What you can do is you can say, I don't know, I'm thinking of a scenario of I need you to redo this end cap, and you're telling them what you want done exactly, and you know that it's done when they have selected complete the task. This is a pretty easy section. All you have to do is select new task. It's a general task. Or another thing, if you wanted to tell somebody that they needed to do a specific salon visit and they needed to drop off samples, you could task it to them. Eventually, obviously, we're going to give out more licenses as time moves on. Right now, we are only doing a few simply because we're testing the waters at the moment, right? So you will receive more licenses upon request, but it'll probably be a while, okay? Make sure you like it, make sure you're using it. So just know, we know that you're probably going to need more than what we're giving you right now, but we're going to get there. So basically what you would do is I don't have contacts that are associated with me, but if you had a store manager account and your store account, those are the two accounts you're going to have underneath you. It will allow you to send a task to that person and they have to complete it. So I can't task anything to anybody because I don't have any under my umbrella, but you will be able to. You can give them a subject. It's related to my store, but if you had multiple stores, it could be related to any of your stores. You don't have to fill out this piece, but you can say, Amber, do this, or whoever is at the store, and you can delegate specifically who needs to do that one task. And that's all you do there, and it will send them a notification and let them know your boss just said you need to do stuff, and you'll know when it's done because it will also tell you, hey, they did this task. And that is an optional piece. I wanted to give you guys that just so you have it, and you can use it if you want to. I encourage you to, but if you don't want to use tasks, you don't have to. The brand section is a lot like the website, so of course you can select any brand on here. It will give you brief information on it. It should populate, might be an internet thing. But we have brief descriptions, and we also have a link directly to their website. So you'll be able to link directly to that website if you need more information on that brand, whatever the case may be. Merchandising. This is a big one. I know that sometimes we are lacking planograms or social media tiles for specific brands. We're going to put all of that type of information under this merchandising link. It won't live under the regular files. It's got its own little bucket. And again, here you can search by brand. So if you're looking specifically for L'Oreal Professionnel, you'll be able to select that and it will pop up everything. And again, with this, we're going to make sure that we're giving you the most accurate and up-to-date planograms and social imagery. So know that it is accurate when it's on here. Now, we don't have everything for every brand. Just like you, we're trying to get that information. But whenever we do receive stuff, we are putting it on here. We will also make sure that moving forward, as you can see, we have the date on this one. It tells you when we uploaded it. We're gonna try to do that moving forward, where we're putting the date on every single thing so you know when it was uploaded. And last, the groups. This is chatter groups again. Oh, look, I got chatter group. Okay, so there are 4 chatter groups. Yes, 4. We have sales admin, we have customer service, we have education, and we have dropship. So they're just what they are, right? So sales admin, remember how I said in the beginning about promos, how we were only putting things that were actual promos in that little bucket there? You're probably thinking, well, I get a lot more emails than just those 2 things. Well, what we're gonna do is we are gonna put everything else in here for the time being. So we do realize that this might not be the most organized way to do it. So in the future, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have additional buckets under the promos that allows you to know if you're selecting an incentive, if you are selecting a new launch, and separate it that way. That's coming, I promise, very soon, within the next couple of months. But everything else will live here. So an Alterna Restage announcement just went out. I wanted to provide you the information on that and the SurveyMonkey. You can comment on it. And I love this feature because if you have a question and the person way over there has a question and it's the same question, we're answering it once and everybody's seeing it. So I really encourage you guys to chatter with each other. I know that that happens a lot in the Facebook groups, but I think that this is definitely a very much more secure way of doing this. We do have, there are no files over here, but okay, there may or may not be a files section over here. Just know those aren't actual files. If there's an image listed in here, we have to upload it as a file to put it on the post. Just know any PK, anything like that, it's all gonna be under files, okay? So this is just the pictures if it does show files under your account. Oh, and just like Facebook, I wanna post something in here. What do I wanna say? All right, so you have to @ people to get their attention. So if you wanted specifically to ask Tariana a question, you could @ Tariana. Now, I will tell you, this right now is set up where it's gonna notify you every week. It's gonna send you an email and let you know of the activity that happened in here. Since we are putting everything in here right now, what I would suggest, so you don't miss anything, is that you change this from weekly to daily, and it will give you a full rundown of all the activity. In other words, it will give you a full rundown of all the emails that you would have received that day, but you're not going to because we're putting it in here. And you'll be able to click anything within that email, and it will direct you straight to that post. So if we are talking about the Fat Boy launch, it will tell you that we are allowing buy-ins for the Fat Boy launch, and it will give you the link to purchase it, and it will give you the link for all the information. I would highly, highly recommend, it defaults to weekly, highly recommend under customer service and sales admin that you change that to daily. Not every post though, because then you're getting the same amount of emails. But if you like weekly, then keep it, but don't miss anything. All right, so that said, we're going to go back to cases. And I'm going to let Yvonne drive this one. She's like the case genius, really. I think this is going to be your favorite part.
Testing. All right, so most of you know Yvonne, and if you don't, she's the woman behind the scenes. She is my right-hand person in the knock.
She's mine too. Hello.
So she really has put everything, her heart and soul, into Salesforce and everything to support you guys and everything you guys do. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Yvonne for everything she does and make sure we recognize her. Now that she's connected, I'll let her talk.
So, like John said, I'm Yvonne, and when we're doing cases, for everyone who submit their issues through email, you might not get a response saying I received it until a week or two later. This will let you see exactly when I saw it, when we processed it, when I sent it to the credit department, when they processed it, and then when we close out the case. So, it's awful. It's not. It's the necklace. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use 2 hands.
Okay, so if you go to
Just talk right into it.
if you go to cases, and over here there's a button that says new. You click new. And the first one we're going to talk about is the easiest one. So the first one is SBS RDA return issue. So if you select it and click next, this is your form. So normally you don't have to put a contact name. This is not good. Right here you want the case origin. It should default to customer all the time. If it doesn't, okay, so you want to select customer, and then for subject, typically you want to do add materials to return. Your description can be just return authorization request, and then you can save it. So once you save it, it tells you your case was created, and it gives you this case number. You want to note your case number, write it down, keep track of it some type of way. And then it also allows you to upload your RA form, because we still need your RA form. I'm not good at this. So we still need your RA form. So you want to, it's to the top.
Share an update. Nope.
No.
Yep, there you go. And then the little.
So when you click share and update, and then there's this little paper clip, you want to click it. It allows you to upload your form. You want to also click add. Then wait, I don't have a file to upload. I'm sorry. Don't want to see all her stuff. So you upload your file, it will automatically go to customer service queue. We're given a 2-week turnaround for RAs. So once we receive it, I will look at it. Somebody on our team will process it. We will upload the final RA back into the case. It will have your RA number there. Also in the case, it will have your RA number in the case also, if you ever need to go back and reference it. And then, if I can find my mouse. Right, take that.
So I'm going to interject the first thing I want to say about this is you will be submitting a case for anything, right? You can talk to us through here. Remember how I @signed somebody in the chatter group? You can @sign one of your customer service team members. Another thing that I want to mention is if it is a case that requires a credit, right now, Sierra, by the way, has been testing this for us for some time, and so have a couple of other people in the room. But I noticed that Sierra in particular, she noticed that after she created a case, it disappeared. And she emailed Yvonne and I, and she said, where the heck did my case go? And me, I'm like head spinning. I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, it turned out that we sent it over to our credit queue. Today, in this moment, once it goes to our credit team, you won't be able to see it. But once it closes, you're able to see it again. Hold on. I know that this is a problem. So this handy guy right here, his name is Michael Lapino. I told him about the issue today, and he promised that he will, well, he didn't promise, but
We can fix it.
he promises that it will be fixed very, very quickly. I'm hoping maybe this week. You think it could happen this week?
We can take a look this week.
Yeah, so we will do our best to make sure that that's fixed this week, and then you'll have the transparency again. Yes, ma'am? Unfortunately, we're not able to provide that. So the way that cases work is we only have a certain limited number of cases. So we personally only have 4. And if we change one of the fields inside the case, it changes it for everyone who has cases. That includes like Urban Decay up in L'Oreal, or even L'Oreal Friends, because we all use the same Salesforce account. So we can't create a specific one that doesn't require the form to be uploaded because of that, and because we'd have to edit it a lot. We would have to make changes every time the form itself changed. So I think a good resolution for that might be having a PDF fillable one. Do you guys have that? Yeah. It is like that? So yeah, you will need to still upload the supporting documentation. I apologize about that, but that's gonna continue to be the same. I just wanted everybody to be aware that if it is a credit document and you try to submit one on Monday morning, you might not see it once it goes to credit, but that will not be the case for long. Like this week, we're gonna fix that. Go ahead. No, it's for anything that has a credit associated with it. So if it right. So what Yvonne did, she put together these case packets for you, and I'm so grateful that she did it because I didn't even think about breaking down cases for you, to be honest. So she is only giving you a couple of examples of the type of information that you would use a case for. But if it's similar, use your best judgment as far as what case you'll use. Okay? Yes, Sierra. Yes, I'm gonna give Sierra the mic. She agreed to help me with some of these questions.
Hi guys, so I've been using cases for a lot of different things. Of course, pricing errors has been a big one. I've selected different things. Can you go back to like new? And then, so right here, I would do like customer service requests. That's been one of my ones that sometimes I'll submit something for like requesting an ETA on a list of items that I'm waiting for, and I have been for a long time on back order items. So I'll send that instead of sending an email. I create a case so that I can kind of track how long it takes somebody to get back with me on that. I found it very effective. Another customer service request item I've been doing is just requesting my back order list. Let's say somebody forgot to send that to me. I've been uploading a case, getting that back order list. They'll put it on the case and everything like that. If we can hit cancel and go back to new. Order processing, shipping issue, that is of course the return authorization one. Again, having to fill out that return authorization form, generally in the, shipping error, sorry, whatever. Same difference. But in the comment section, I'm generally leaving it pretty brief and letting my form speak for itself. So I'll just write, shipping error report, see comments, and then in my little post attaching it, and then so it's easy peasy. I'm not typing a whole lot because the form still speaks for itself. But the nice thing is when they reply back, let's say there's an issue, I can kind of communicate with them and start tagging other people. When I've had questions and I thought it needed to be accelerated, I might have tagged Gabby in it too, or Yvonne or something like that, just to get their attention, multiple people working on the same problem to provide a solution. Close out that. New. Pricing billing issue, of course, that is like the bulk of my cases right now, and Yvonne knows that I've been using this a lot. But what I've kind of found to be really helpful is, let's say you have like one invoice with a ton of pricing errors on just that one. I'm just creating one case for that, and then I'm detailing that all in the pricing error form. I would encourage you guys on your pricing error form to adjust it a little bit, to provide a little bit of that ability to do just one invoice.
Telling them they don't have, you no longer need the pricing error form. If you look in your packet, on the packet that says how to create cases, there's 5 different examples. All you need to do is highlight on your invoice what is wrong. You can circle it, highlight it, put a star by it, put the deal number, and that's it, and upload that, so we don't need you to fill out the form anymore.
Sweet. So all that work I've been doing, she corrected that. So anyways, that has been an awesome thing. And the nice thing about that is, write that case number down. You can usually track it.
Yes, so even if you have, like most of you guys submit separate POs and you get your back orders too. So if you have, let's say, 25 different pricing errors on different invoices, all you got to do is add that one page with the discrepancy on it, put them all together, upload them all together at once. And then that's it. You don't have to submit separate forms, no more separate cases, no more separate pricing errors, all in one. And then on your credit, it'll be all on one credit memo, and it'll detail out. It'll say billing document 785, invoice 859, whatever the rest of the numbers. It'd be the deal number and the amount of credit, and then it go on to the next item. So you might even have like 10 different credits all together. You'll have a one credit memo for that whole week. And in my opinion, I would do it every week. So for when you guys go back and you get your truck, go ahead. The case number is on the credit memo as well. Yeah. And then when you get your truck, you guys go through your invoices, and as you're marking off, oh, this was wrong, put that to the side, this is wrong, put that to the side, scan it in, upload it all at once. So we're trying to get away from pricing errors, but this is make you have less time. This is less time consuming for you to fill out a separate pricing error for each different deal, each different item. We understand it's a lot for you guys. So, and then doing with the pricing errors also, you can once you submit them, you'll see when it show you I looked at the case, and then I will, if I need any more information, I can mention you. Send you an email saying I mentioned Jennifer, and I needed more documentation, or if I'm saying that this is not approved because this is not what the sale was, you'll see it right there. You'll also see that I sent it to credit queue, and then when they close it out and they process it, you'll see it also. So, and it's a good streamline where you won't never wonder, did I ever send that to her? Did she get it? Because it's right there, and everybody can see that you did submit it, I did get it, we did process it. And if you're looking for a credit, you can just go back in your updates and will show all your cases. So it's a great thing.
You guys
Right.
heard that, right? You can see that she can see. You can see
Yes.
that she saw.
So you
That's
can
good,
see,
right?
like you can't. So I can't say I never saw it because you can see that Yvonne saw it on August 25th at 6:17. You'll see that.
I have a question about the return.
Okay.
So you said we send it through, we can follow it through to you send us an RA number.
Right.
But then are we gonna be able to follow it through to when it was received by Salon Centric and when it has been sent through for a credit and when a credit's issued?
No, but you can mention me, and you can follow up and say, I have not received credit for this RA. I returned it. Here's my tracking information. Can you check on it for me? Or me or your CSR.
And you'll see that they saw it.
Yeah.
So real quick, because I'm standing here. So an RA is weird and different because we're at the mercy of the DC. We're at the mercy of the DC, and the DC has certain times of the week to check those in because they're trying to receive new product in to make sure that gets in the bins, and they work returns as they can, and they process those credits as they close them out. So you may get a portion of a credit as they close out a section, or that's why sometimes we encourage you to do a return by brand or what have you, so that you see it happening by brand versus all this spontaneous stuff. So they're working it in as they're receiving product. So when they have time available. So it's because it's such a tight area. So that's why it's a different type of credit. We don't see it until it's actually complete. And they're not linked into here yet. One day, it's the plan that everything is visible here.
We got a question
I
back
probably created more questions, but
here. So we can all hear you.
So the pricing errors, if we get a shipment 1 week that has, we're just gonna say 15 different invoices, and there's problems on 5 of them, I need 5 separate cases, or I can put multiple, invoice numbers on one case? Okay.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a question back here?
Can you put that on chatters to sort of know so we're not duplicating the same pricing error over and over?
Say that again. Ask Savon.
Can you put the pricing error on the chatter to all of us so we're not resubmitting the same error over and over and over? Well, if we see it's priced wrong, instead of getting X amount of errors, you say we're acknowledging this error.
Yes, that can be done.
So, yeah. That can be done. So when someone else, like if Sierra submits a pricing error and she said that the Redken merch kit for the color deal charged her, we can post that in chatter and say, just let you know we are aware of this issue. It's charging for the free merch kit, and we're working on it getting it fixed. And then we can come back and let you know when pricing fixed it. And when credits will be issued.
We got a couple questions in the back.
Hold on. Not really. No, we can do a mass credit. So if you guys see, you guys are getting credits right now on Y bombs. You know that was charged, and you see them coming through. We're just pulling them through. So next week for August, I'm gonna pull the Y bombs and see if they were charged that should have been free, and there'll be a mass credit. Yep. Anybody else need? Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else got a question back here? What?
Can you just make a little bit more clarity on those mass credits, what those credits are for then?
Because they're going, we're just telling you what PO.
Yeah. That way we'll know what to associate those with and stop tracking them ourselves as well.
So we made a note that you guys need the invoice number, the 8 number to tie it back instead of the PO number. You know, somebody else told us that, and we're made a change for it. One thing is that for some of the mass credits, just like spring fever, so that is only showing you PO blah this, PO blah that. So going forward, that we're trying to make sure that we have the invoice number on there.
Okay, so when we do our overage report and shorts, is there any way that y'all cannot bill us for our overage? Cause we get billed right away for our overage and never get our credits. So I mean, can you say, hey, I know you have this overage, you know, if you're gonna keep it, we'll be for, it's just as a partner thing. So,
Yes. So when you have a shortage and an overage, and you're getting billed for your overage, and then you have to wait a month or two to get the shortage. Okay. So at one point, I believe we had one person doing overages, and then we turned around, we had another person doing shortages. So now we're uploading them in one case. So when she processes the overage, she processes the shortage at the same time. And then if you're gonna return it, if you're gonna return that item, after she processed the overage, then she sends it back to customer service and we do a return on it. So shipping errors and pricing errors going forward, anything you submit today should have a 45-day turnaround. 45 days? Within 45 days. You have to take account that we have over 200 stores. But
Hey guys, so I do want to just say we have a couple more things that I want to cover very, very quickly, and we're running out of time. So I want to show you just a few more things, and then we'll have it open for the rest of our questions, okay? The first thing, actually the last thing really, that I want to touch on is how you control what emails you receive. This is a big one because right now, you're going to receive a lot of emails based on what's happening in the group. It defaults to that. So again, this is trying to not clutter your inbox. So the way that you're going to receive less email notifications is A, you're going to make sure that you are changing the preference within each chatter group. But another piece, I'm going to cut this off and use the mic because I'm going to turn my head. You won't be able to hear me. All right, so the next thing that you do, and this, by the way, will have your profile picture, but you have to put it on here. So to change your profile picture, you're going to go over here to this guy, hit my profile, hit that little button, upload it. It's that simple. You can edit all of this information by selecting edit. That's about that. So my settings. This is where you're going to update your email preferences aside from the chatter groups. Right now, as a default, it gives me email notifications for the activity that I do in the community. Why would I want to receive an email that says I did something in the community? I'm just kidding. Keep that checked. Seriously, keep that checked. Because if you uncheck this, then you're not going to ever receive an email. So keep this checked. This is actually where you're going to pick and choose what you receive an email for. So do you want to be notified when someone new follows you? Probably not. So uncheck that. If somebody comments on your post, you probably want to keep that checked because you obviously posted and you want to know the answers. So keep that checked. If somebody comments after me, I would uncheck this because if someone else posts something in a chatter group and you answer it, every person who comments on it after that, you're going to receive an email for that. So uncheck that. Comments on an item I like, uncheck this because that means anytime you like something, every person who comments on it, you're going to receive an email. Mentions me in a comment, I would actually keep this checked. You want to be notified, someone's trying to get your attention. That includes being notified if you're @mentioned in cases. So keep that one checked. Likes or upvotes my post and comment, and keep that unchecked. Comments on a post on my profile, that's up to you. I would say no because people probably aren't going to be looking at your profile and commenting on stuff. Comments on an item I bookmarked, uncheck that. Mentions me in a post, yes. Sends me a direct message, yeah, keep that checked. So all of these other things, you're going to get 7,500 emails a day that don't matter. So uncheck certain things, keep the stuff that's important checked. If you want, take a picture of this so you know what to keep checked. You know what? I'll screenshot it for you. How about that? And I'll post it in Chatter, y'all. All right, so there was one more thing I wanted to say.
All right, so when Yvonne mentioned 45 days, that's what we're starting with right now. The goal is to get it under 2 weeks. We're starting with that right now because of the influx of stores we're gonna have on this, the amount of people that are gonna be using this tool, we still have the same amount of people. So I wanna make sure we can manage the expectation before giving you an unrealistic expectation, okay? That's really all that comes down to. So give us a couple months so we can see exactly where we go, okay? Amy was first. So everything that is pending right now, we have been working Saturdays, we've been working extra, we are pushing everything in. Credit has been pushing those through. We've been issuing on average anywhere between 20 and 30,000 a day.
So, no, you're not going to need to create a case for anything that you've already sent an email or made a phone call about. But I also want to mention you're not going to see it either. So the importance of you submitting your own cases is that's how you see it. You created it, you can see it. If we create it, you can't see it. So you're not going to see any cases under your account today, tomorrow, Monday. You're only going to start seeing cases once you've personally created them. But don't create a case for anything you've already submitted. Only moving forward, today on. That's the training manual. Also, there is a video. Yvonne is going to create another video to go on the training video section there. That's not done yet, but it will be soon. And of course, if you have any questions, I encourage you to play with this because you'll see it's really easy. It really is easy. Yes, go ahead.
You said you were creating our user accounts this weekend. Is there something that we need to do, or you're actually creating them?
We are actually doing it. Yep. Go ahead. We're working on it. It's the goal. Okay, for brand credits or brand conversions, right? Loyalty conversions, rebates, schools, those things will not go in here right now. Everything else but that type of stuff, we're working on getting a section where you will be able to do conversions and school credits. Right now, that's not a thing. I mean, I'm sure if you accidentally put it in there, we would figure out a way to work it out, but don't right now.
Don't make promises like that.
It might take a real long time. Yes. No. Okay. So here, who's set up? So earlier in the year, your customer service rep should have contacted you. I got a full list of every single owner in this room and people who aren't even in this room, who they identified, the owner, the manager level access, and the store level access. I have that spreadsheet. It was done like 2 or 3 months ago. I sent out an email letting everybody know that that was coming. I sent out an email.
And I've never seen that. I got an original email from my
Mhm.
secretary saying that she was gonna be sending some out, and I never got it.
Okay, so that's not a problem. If you guys are curious at who is being set up, absolutely come and see me one at a time. But our customer service team did contact every single person, or at least they should have. I hope they didn't make anything up. I can't imagine they would. Go ahead.
Was it the case that when we got that email originally that put in names, you could only have one owner listed per location?
So actually, yes, that is true. So there's one owner account, and it's still, hold on, let me back this up a little bit because I want every owner to have access to this. So there are a few stores, there's quite a few stores that have 1, 2, and 3 owners listed. So if that's the case, if you don't share a joint email, if you have an email and you don't receive an invite for this community within the next week, let me know. My card is in there. I want you guys to email me or call me or fly to me, whatever you want to do. You can come visit Florida. But yes, so there are some stores that do have more than one owner listed, and the emails are in there. There are also, but let me say, there are some owners that they're listed in there as this person and this person, and they can both access it. So you don't necessarily need multiple accounts to be able to access it. Just so you know, if you have a joint email, then all you need is one. Yes, so come see me if you have questions about the manager level. The lowest level license, you're going to receive one license for each store. That really only gives like the learning stuff. So anybody can access that at the store level unless you don't want them to. It's up to you on if you want them to have it or not. But it's basically the state number at whatever those emails are. Those are the emails that those are being set up for. Unless you're an owner that uses that account, then you only got one set up, which that's very far between. Any other questions? Is everybody okay with this? Yes, ma'am. No, go ahead. Are you answering that? We gotta hustle.
All right, so anything that we already have, we have been working to push through. We only have so many left. Once we're done pushing that in, we are working to get a little bit of extra help for credit to finish processing those in so that you actually see the credit. Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it hasn't been processed. So that's where we're at. That's why we're gonna try to get as much pushed through as possible and get that done as quickly as possible.
Could I suggest that we send out a notification to everyone, like, when you think you've cleared all the old credits, can you send out a notification so we know if we haven't received something we need to resubmit it?
100% agree, yes. Yes. Ms. Gabby Helms.
In the back of your manual, you will see that there is a support section. It's listed in the table of contents. Let me have this. In the very back section of there's a support section. It says me for anything as far as technical issues, can't log in, forgot my password, whatever the case may be, that's me, Salesforce Technical. If it is case related, it's Yvonne. Like if you don't know what case to use, don't contact Yvonne for every single case you enter in. But if you don't know what case to use, contact her to answer those questions. There was one more, Tariana Davidson, for anything promotionally driven, okay? Yes, ma'am. Are you kidding me? No, I'm just kidding. Of course, there is going to be one. But, so I think I said at the very beginning, or maybe I didn't say this at all, maybe it was in my brain, January 1 is our try-to time. We're still going to do everything both ways, but January 1, we're basically going to cut off email. And if you need help with training people, please get with me. I'm happy to help. If your person is not here today or if you need a refresher, please let me know. I would be happy to host a webinar. If there's a bunch of you, maybe we can all get on one together and we can go through this. And I can drag Yvonne into it too, because I love doing that. Yes, go ahead.
All right. We got your key personnel out here we're going to bring in. So thank you guys so much. If you guys have questions, reach out. Lee, you can come on up here.